Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Freight Hero here, and I'm gonna deck profile my Satsuki deck profile, the normal Satsuki, not Super Robot Friends. So we're buddying King Claudia 3 because we want to search this off future card Buddyfight. I know it's really awkward in the sense of you'd think you'd put Satsuki there, but my reasoning behind this is because I really don't want to be stuck without a Satsuki. This being searchable, and it can choose any Satsuki I need at the time, which is great for like getting the Hazakura if you have a different Satsuki, or if I want to see like the Thunder Empire one, or if I just want to see the Rebi. It just really depends on the situation. And plus, you usually attack with these as well, so swinging for 4 crit and filtering through your hand, still pretty decent. Does also get around the new hand trap that requires 5 or higher crit. So we're playing 4 Rebi Satsukis. The card you definitely want in your soul of your Hazakura. You don't really want to be stuck on this because it offers no protection really, and like it doesn't do the shove everything back into soul at the end of the turn skill, which is kind of awkward. Then we're playing 2 of these Satsukis, the Dreadnought Satsuki. This card does have built-in protection. I generally like going into this first if I can at least guarantee myself having decent enough crew troopers to start off with, because this is a random top 4, and I really hate random top 4s because I so charge or top 4 random like spells and Lost World all the time, and it's super tilting. So I generally go for the safer ones if I can. And I'm playing 2 Hazakuras to round off my Satsuki lineup. Again, like I said, with this, you want to search these. It's what gives you all of your Satsuki's abilities to soul that lets you abuse all the Satsuki effects. It's really good. Still the best Satsuki ever made. Moving on, we have 4 of our buddy, our searcher, also our hand filter. Really good card still. Definitely recommend never playing less than 4. Playing 3 probe frames. This is a nice abusable draw card because of Satsuki Rebi that lets you shove cards into your soul and call them back out. You can draw like an insane amount of cards if you don't get loyaltied, and it just helps you get through Lost World faster. And we're playing 2 of the White Thunders. It lets you hit decent numbers with your crew troopers, plus it does offer you protection from bouncing and nullification, which is really nice. And I'm still playing 2 Casablancas because it lets you play regular Buddyfight without Lost Road Turbo if you don't have it by attack extensions, you know, but Buddy Block is the thing, but still, it's still nice. It's also defensive capabilities are there if you don't have the right Satsuki setup. You can chump block an extra attack by calling this on top of something to the center and then bouncing it back to your hand. And you can even get another on-call effect like draw 1 off of the probe, which is really cool. And then rounding off monsters, I'm playing 2 Spygars. Daryl Burke, very good card, self-explanatory, helps you dig through your deck faster for combo pieces and hopefully brick less. Nice card overall. And then moving on to our spells, I'm playing 2 all-crew trooper or all-crew pattern 1 battle stations. Just searches Satsuki on the very rare chances that you might call something out of soul on your turn before entering the battle phase. It's definitely an option, and it is a hard once per turn, so it's kind of why I play it only at 2, and there's a lot of other ways to search. Playing 2 Cosworth Machines, another way to search. You can search your buddy if you want to discard and add a Satsuki. You can search literally any crew trooper, and you can also search Hyper Energy and stuff, so it is versatile, and I definitely don't recommend cutting that card. I'm playing 2 future card buddy fights, like I mentioned, to search this. Very simple, just to add more ways to search that are not going to be stuck under hard once per turns like the other Satsuki searcher. It's just more once per turns to get around. Then we're playing 2 Hyper Energies and 2 Hyper Energy Searchers. I really hate clogging dead hyper energies, so this kind of reduces the amount of overall hyper energies, but again, hyper energy is super critical to this deck to at least start off, because you need the gauge to go into Satsuki, because she is 3 gauge, and it is a very hefty cost. And then since you are stationed, you do get to draw one if you resolve this card, which is really cool. And again, if we random top 4 cards, we want more chances of hitting these targets. Playing 2 extra order to filter through our hand. It's once per turn. It's also, you know, kind of locked to your crew troopers, since you cannot discard super robots in this deck, so it's not always live, but it is nice to kind of go deeper in your deck, and if you're stationed, you get an extra card, so pretty good value. 2 mission briefings. Again, in case you haven't noticed in my deck profiles, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with hard once per turn cards. But this is also a nice card that can get you through your deck. Checking top 3, adding Gauge, Soul, and Hand is really, really good. Definitely useful to dig for your Lost Worlds. And same thing with this card. It's just basically another version of this, but you get 1 more Gauge as opposed to the Soul off of that card. I'm playing 2 Be Careful of Your Surroundings. I'm tempted to maybe just go put them into there, because this card, well, all 3 of these cards rely on you being stationed, and they're all kind of awkward in that sense. And plus, this card just is 1 blank charge and draw versus these, but the benefit to this card is it's not a once per turn, so it does have its merit in that sense. I am playing 3 Spell Nulls, because once the deck does get going, you can find yourself with a lot of Gauge, and it's just nice to be able to stop things like Buddy Block, at least attempt to stop those, or phase enders in that general sense, because you definitely want to make the most out of your battle phase, so you want to be able to have the most opportunities to stay in your battle phase. And then moving on to my protective cards, I'm playing 3 My Soul is Shouting. A very, very solid defense card. Gets you Gauge, gets you extra card to hand, gets you life. It's basically always live unless you're bricked and not on a Satsuki. And then it also can't be nullified if you have like 3 or more souls, so really cool. 3 Buddy Blocks, really good card, very easy to pull off the conditions of this deck, because you can just use Satsuki Ribi to dodge multiple attacks without even taking any damage, and then once they hit the threshold, then they can't do any damage to you, so very good card that kind of shuts off turns. And then lastly, 2 Lost Roads, because Lost Road is insane, and this deck draws so much, it's very easy to get to Lost World, but also, like, because of how easy it is to go through this deck, you can also deck out, so you definitely want to have a second deck so you don't actually lose on that lost condition. Lost World can be kind of whatever you want. I generally won't include Lost World decks because they are as they are. Like, there's not too much variations you can do with them, unless your deck plays a certain way, but I'll leave that up to you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please leave a comment, like, or subscription if you enjoyed the video. See you guys.